Hi, my name is Ashley Mack-Jackson, and I am an Indianapolis-based writer and a teacher. And I also help to run a small nonprofit organization called Word is Bond, where we mostly work with young creative writers. And I'm just happy to be here today. And I really want to thank the Heartland Society of Women Writers for really amplifying the voices of women in the Midwest. I really love your organizational mission, and I'm just so excited to be a part of it today. Today I'm going to be reading a couple of poems for you. The first poem is actually in the Indianapolis Anthology. I'm super excited about having the poem in that anthology, especially being an Indianapolis native, and really just loving to shout out the city and the creative talent that is in Indianapolis. So the first poem is called My Father's Keeper. My Father's Keeper. 1. There are no pictures of my father up in our house. We only say his name after 9, after dinner when we are all huddled together in my mother's bed and the cordless phone passes between our stiff fingers. We say, "Hi, Daddy," slow, like the words sting our mouths. My mother just says, your father, and places the cold plastic in our hands one after the other. Oldest, me, then the baby. This is the only quiet hour of the day in our house. The rest is running water, pounding feet, and Boys to Men, and DuckTales, and Mortal Kombat, and Shut Up, and Leave Me Alone. Nobody asks about Daddy. We are happy except Mommy, who closes the door behind her and does not say a word. No one cries. My sister is Erica, with double A's like my father, Aaron. My name is Ashley, after my great-grandfather. My brother is Aaron Joshua. We always say both names so no one gets confused. The A is the only thing that reminds me of Daddy. In first period, when I write my name on the top of a paper, before the subject, before the date, I think about the day we went to the city market and ate shrimp fried rice on the patio. Then I think about my dead grandpa. Mommy gave me a picture of him standing next to a rusty red and white Mustang, holding a beer in one hand and a wrench in the other. I think I must be more like him. 2. The road trip is just like going to Kings Island. Grandma fries chicken and waits on the porch swing with a foil-wrapped Pyrex dish resting in her lap. We pack a cooler and tapes, gospel and Marvin Gaye because Grandma's ears can't take rap. The city street turns into a 4-lane highway with cars whipping past us and blue rest stop signs. When we are hungry and ask for McDonald's, Grandma passes us chicken wings wrapped in flowery napkins, and we forget the golden arches and Ronald. Mommy says that we are still in Indiana, but I don't believe it could be the same place, with the houses set so far back from the street they don't look real. We play I Spy and outburst travel until the one lane is lined with red dust that kicks up around our caravan windows, and we remember where the road leads. We remember the gray penitentiary walls. In the last 30 minutes, everything is still. Everything is quiet except the occasional crackle of the tiny rocks that pop against the belly of the van. Now Daddy is on the other side of a round table. There is not enough space between us to pretend he isn't here, and I concentrate on the other people in the room. There is a woman with a blonde boy curled up in her lap. They are both sobbing. I look at my brother and sister. No one cries for Daddy. And the second poem I'm going to read for you is actually part of a series of poems that I wrote for something called the RSA seminar, which is Religion, Spirituality, and the Arts, which is a seminar that brings together artists from all different walks to play with different themes based on religion, spirituality, and the arts. And that's from IUPUI. I encourage you to go visit the RSA website, which is rsa-exhibit.org, where you can see the work of all of the different artists, and you can also read this poem in full. The full poem is called In a Weary Land, and it deals with like the theme of Moses and people coming out of oppression. In particular, I'm going to read the final section of this poem, which is called The Resurrection, and it is loosely based on in the voice of Harriet Tubman. And so this is for The Resurrection. There was a fountain once. It might have been filled with water or blood. I do not know, because it wasn't marked for my people, and there was no God-man to ask me to draw some out for him. Once we could wade or drink in the water freely. Over here, though, we was cut off from water like all the time, like swimming pools, like cool drinks, like free-flowing rivers wide. These fools labeled everything like babies. Mine, mine, mine. Sold paradise for power, just couldn't leave a good enough time alone. I want to know how you eat from the tree every day and still don't know shit. When I was a baby, God cracked my skull, gave me bouts of pain and blackout separation from earth-like rest every day, so I had nothing to fear. What is death to a black girl been working, been mothering since 5? Peace and the great by and by. But if every day is a split head and too much, many to carry, death just be like laying a heavy bag or somebody else's baby down at night. Miriam danced and lugged all that water and praised and made up and sang all the songs. Did it get her anything but the wilderness and a people who kept walking on? How long before they got thirsty and knew she was gone? And Moses, hearing from God and walking with those people forever ever, got him dead on the other side of the fence from the people, the land that they was about to overtake. Did they take his bones like he did for Joseph? And once I forced Brother Abraham's hand, made him say and do what God put on my heart, called him out like Moses did Pharaoh. I might have grown up in your house, master, but this ain't my home. How long did they let him go without a bullet behind his left ear? Hear me when I say, what is a body? What is a land but trouble? Something to preserve, something to fear letting go. A fountain you can't drink from because you walled it up to save it from the wild that was always coming. Thank you all so much.